It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. Steps away. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's 2nd and a yard. A give to Jones. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a give to Jones running left. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan, 51 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing up field to make the tackle for loss. These two teams all tied after one. 2nd and 14. To throw is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that. And
they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. A run with Jones on 1st down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. 2nd down coming up.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Here's a diving catch right side. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. The quick slant caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tunyon with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point try now for Crosby. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He hits Adams complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Complete. This is Lewis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The give is to Jones. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Rodgers now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Then he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And here's Jones again on second down. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now it's Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Malik Harrison on the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll try the left side. It's Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively. 2nd down, another shot for Jones.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. On first down, Jones.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
2nd and goal from the 1. Rodgers with a keeper, and I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Now Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kingsley Keke. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Jackson now. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Jackson on 1st down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Dean Lowry showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. After the sack on first down, Jackson steps away to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Make it an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Chris Barnes picks up his second sack of the afternoon. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw, Rodgers. And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it. He was waving his arms, wanting the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
Rodgers will throw for it. And here's a diving catch made behind the line of scrimmage.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now.
That's caught inside the 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.